CBS's family police drama Blue Bloods has run its course for the year with a successful 12th season wrap-up. Fans are screaming inside, as many major cliffhangers were left for the next season to pick up. However, the recent conflict in the show has the showrunners opening up about what drove the season 12 story. Let's check out what he has to say. First up is DA Crawford and Frank standoff derived from real events. Frank Reagan is known for being extremely level-headed and cool, even in the gravest of situations. However, he can't turn away from a feud when the stakes are so high. The latest conflict in the cop drama not only has the fans divided, but also made the showrunner come out and reveal the story behind the feud. We've always known that Frank and DA Kimberly Crawford will butt heads at some point. Roslyn Ruff plays the steely-eyed New York's District Attorney, who has been giving the Reagans a tough time ever since her appointment over Erin. Now, Frank and Kimberly are two stealth characters on the show. That's why their conflict has been the talk of the town, both in and out of the show. Fans got to wonder whether there's a whole story behind this push and pull between the police and the Justice Department. Fortunately, showrunner Kevin Wade has recently stepped into the limelight and cleared the air regarding the speculations. He surprisingly commented that the conflict in the latest season is, in fact, inspired by real events. What a revelation. Kevin further explained that a major part of what has shaped the series for the past years has been driven by recent debates circulating the U.S. law enforcement department. The popular cop drama revolves around the lives of a family and their acquaintances who are more or less associated with the law enforcement department. Since the show has just wrapped up its 12th season, the row between Frank and Kimberly has sparked debate among the audience and has questioned the show's stance on the subject. According to Kevin Wade, Frank and Kimberly's feud is inspired by the long-driven conversations about police violence not only in the US but also around the world. Blue Bloods is famous for addressing complicated and sensitive issues regarding law enforcement departments. Characters like Frank Reagan, who is eagle-eyed when it comes to crime, will always have a thing or two to say against things that he believes aren't going the right way. That's why he's all like, "I don't bend the knee" when the DA refuses to prosecute non-violent criminals. So, are fans too critical of Blue Bloods' take on real-world issues? Fans have always been critical of how TV shows portray and tackle real-life issues, whether Blue Bloods or any other title. Since Blue Bloods always has good control over how they handle real-world issues, it intrigues viewers about how the showrunners decide to go in a particular direction. The show has been around for more than a decade and racks in an impressive number of viewers every season. That's why the audience is always keen to know the show's take on various current issues, such as racial profiling and police violence. There's no doubt about the fact that the audience has always admired Blue Bloods' ability to do justice to many serious crises. And maybe that's why the expectations are always high from the show whenever a police-related topic is hot in the real world. Even though it's a cop show, the showrunners have always tried to highlight the shortcomings of the police department, such as corruption and police violence in past seasons. Still, the show has to maintain that pro-cop theme because, come on, it's a cop show for crying out loud. Up next, Blue Bloods' boss on the show being too pro-cop. Speaking of being pro-cop, Blue Bloods' showrunner Kevin Wade has shared his views about the topic along with Frank and the DA's recent feud in season 12. When asked by Deadline about whether the very public conflict between the DA and Frank is where he wanted the show's narrative to stand, he answered something like this. Wade said that they aren't pundits or spokespersons, nor do they gauge politics based on where the wind is blowing. Blue Bloods' showrunner went on to say that season 12's character dynamics were based on the narrative and that they are law enforcement, and most of the time, what they do is often under attack both justly and unfairly. So, there are two ways to go about it. Either they can find another way and quit the job, or they can stay and fight for what's right no matter how difficult it is. It's hard to point out the negatives, but Kevin Wade believes that the law enforcement professionals in the show have decided to try their best to get justice and mercy for the people who deserve it. Kimberly's crackdown on instances of violence and racism within the police department is a complicated turn for the show, as whatever you say, the drama is about glorifying police officers. However, that's exactly what people want. Viewers don't want a one-sided portrayal. They want to be challenged, and they want to be thrown into a spiral of choosing who's right and who's wrong. The DA's progressive policies are exactly what's needed to test Frank's attitude and his approach to the job. Phew, things are so serious in this show. And now, Blue Bloods wraps up the season finale. What's next for the police drama? Blue Bloods hasn't disappointed its fans for the past decade, and they won't be doing it next season as well. Yes, next season, because CBS has renewed its hit police drama for yet another successful run. Viewers may think that the genre is a bit saturated, especially if shows run for more than 10 seasons. Miraculously, Blue Bloods has a solid viewership who get devastated even by the slightest rumors of cancellation. As for season 13, the police procedural series has left many major questions unanswered, setting a solid tone for the next season. Certain storylines are definitely expected to play out, including Erin Reagans finally taking up the courage to ask for the job that she's been aiming for. Erin has decided to run for office, and this will be a major setup for her character in the upcoming season. Then, we have the uncertainty surrounding the mainstay of Will Joe and the storyline of Danny and Baze. Lots of questions, but so much weight. The fans can expect nothing but the best from the #1 Friday night show. There's no official date for the premiere yet, but we can remain hopeful that most of the main cast will return for the 13th season season with lots of special guests. So, what is Tom Selleck doing for his CBS co-stars? It's hard to imagine anyone else playing Frank Reagan other than the veteran actor Tom Selleck. Blue Bloods has concluded a very interesting season finale, and as it does that, showrunners have already announced the series renewal. Celebrations all around. As the show's leading man, Selleck has only sweet words and praise for his fellow cast members. With such a long haul, co-stars are bound to either drift apart or become inseparable. Luckily, the latter is the case for Blue Bloods' cast, and Tom Selleck couldn't agree more. In his recent interview with Kelly Clarkson on her show, Tom joked about the long family dinners that are sort of a family ritual for the Reagans. Clarkson jokingly asked Selleck whether the cast had dinners like these in real life, to which he replied that the cast does real dinners for 8 hours, sending the crowd into fits of laughter. He went on to reveal that he loves the Blue Bloods cast and referred to them as a family of actors. So, unlike getting on with their individual lives after shooting ends, Selleck said that they see each other about every 8 days and just have a good time. Actors in long-standing shows tend to see their work families more than real families, so it helps create better chemistry. Finally, Tom Selleck discusses the family dinner scene in Blue Bloods. We've seen tightly knit affairs of the Reagan family in the cop drama Blue Bloods. Family dinners are an exclusive thing, and it's a family-only affair. Fans have always looked forward to the weekly family dinner on Blue Bloods since its premiere back in 2010. Since then, it has been a tradition where important talks and debates occur. Recently, actor Tom Selleck has spilled the beans about what goes behind the scenes of Reagan dinners. These dinners on the show always mean something important or a big revelation is about to happen. For instance, a family secret regarding Erin was revealed in the episode Guilt during the dinner. However, Tom Selleck has a comic take on what actually happens in these dinners. In a recent interview, he said that usually, when they're filming the scene, whatever each person chooses to eat at the beginning of the filming will continue to re-eat it until the shooting's done. Imagine eating the same thing over and over again for hours. Not as interesting as it seems on the show, does it? And that's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on the Blue Bloods Season 12 finale? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos just like this. We'll see you in the next one.